Hi guys, in this video I want to show you how I created this photo. I'll go quick over the features, what I did in Lightroom and Photoshop to create this panoramic picture. So I am staying right now on the 10th floor of a hotel in Victoria, and I am overlooking James Bay, which is a neat view with the mountains at the back and the skies, and you can get some very nice sunset if you get the right weather, which haven't happened this week so far. So I kind of ran out of time, and I just wanted to have some nice color in the sky and a nice sunset so bad that I just decided to create myself a sunset picture with Photoshop. So basically what I did here is I created a panoramic picture with several photos. So this is a final result. What I'll go into Lightroom and show you how I shot it. So what I did is I used my Manfrotto tripod and I created different exposure and different pictures. So basically this photo is taken mainly for the sky, and the bottom of the city is actually underexposed, so it's not something I really want to use. And this is the picture I'm going to use for the city, and now the sky is overexposed and I can't use it. So basically I did uh, rotate the tripod and repeat the process for every single picture, right? So basically what I did is I went and chose all those picture by holding the command key, and Lightroom have this nice feature now where you can right click, go to photo merge, and create a panoramic picture with the photo you select. And actually Lightroom does a great job at it. So it's a nice feature they added in one of the last few updates they came up with. So if you guys have the photography plan or the full Creative Cloud, basically you'll have this feature and it is totally worth it. So this is the city shot that I came up with, and this is the sky shot I came up with. So again, what I did is I chose these two, right click, and I went edit in, and I basically click on this link here to open Photoshop and send those picture into Photoshop. So this is what I really like about the photography plan, is it is very fluid between the two software. So this is a final product. Basically there's a nice sun here, sun rays, nice color, it's warm, it's sunset-like, and I started with this. So let's go and take a look here what I've done in Photoshop. So if I start from the beginning here, so this is my base exposure for the actual city. So as I look in there, I took the sky out of it and I just kept the bottom. And basically I used the dark exposure in the bottom here. So this is my sky exposure. So by having these two together, that gives me something which doesn't look that great right now, but with a little tweak will make it work very shortly here. So I clipped those adjustment layers here, a brightness and a curve layers, to uh, my bright cityscape photo. So by doing so, I was able to darken the image and to add some contrast. And now we have something we can actually work with better. So this is all I've done to start my photo. Then I sharpen the city. So basically I sharpened the whole image, and then I created a mask and it took the sky out of the sharpening. I don't like my cloud to be too sharp, so whenever I do some sharpening I always take my sky out of it. And I use the Raya Pro panel by Jimmy McIntyre. If you guys work with Photoshop and don't know the Raya Pro panel, you should definitely take a look. There's so much thing you can do with this. This is the brand new dated one, sorry. So if you guys go into my resource page, into my website, you'll be able to find a link and some information about this panel. Basically, you go to Enhance and you go to detail enhancement one, and you just press on this button and everything happened for you. So this is a great panel, save you tons of time. Even though I know how to do it from scratch, then this is a time saver, and Jimmy McIntyre set it a very good price and actually did a fantastic job with it. So this is how I created my sharpening. So if you take a look at my building, they're way sharper and it looks a little bit better that way. As for the sky, I first start by creating some rays coming out of there, because you have the sun and we have like a hot spot in the sky, which is great to actually create rays. If I didn't have that hot spot, the rays would have not worked, so I decided just to do it because the spot is there. Also, another thing to keep in mind is the sun is there, so all the shadows and everything is just right for that type of picture. So I would have probably not done that if there was no sun whatsoever. So here it is. So I created some rays, and here they are. And it is a fairly complex things to do, but I can make a video down the road to show you guys how I've done that. So there's just like subtle little rays, and then I wanted to create like a sun, a warmer sun, and a little bit of a glow coming out of there. So basically with a new layer, I just brushed like a big round shape and then create some type of color sun pattern. And what I do is I normally use the screen mode, blending mode, to actually make it work. And then afterwards what I did is the photo filter here. I just add up some nice warm color to the whole picture. And didn't add it a whole lot, like 42%. This is all I used to warm up the picture. So that's my before the sky and after the sky. And then I wanted to work with some color because it looks a little flat as is and a little fakeish. So I wanted to add a little bit more color to it. So if you take a look at my trees and everything in the bottom, I'm going to click back and forth, and then you see I'm getting back some green and some blues in there. So a neat little trick is you can take your level adjustment, open that, and then play with your blue. And then you start playing with these sliders, and then there's a lot of things you can do. Change the color, try it all, green, red, and by sliding everything you're able to actually create some good color contrast, and you play to whatever you want. I created a mask and I did take a little bit of that sky out of it to keep that black and that nice color into the sky. And then I created my pop layer, so contrast, saturation. I really like it's a cool little technique. So what I do is I Command Option Shift E to create a copy of everything, and then I go to my channels, and then I hold Command and I click RGB, and then basically what I do after that is there will be a selection that will happen there. You'll see some ants marching into your screen. You press Command J, and this layer here appeared. Then I delete my main copy, like the final one that I just did. I delete that and just keep this. And then I change the blending mode, to overlay, soft light, hard light. Overlay just worked fine. Sometimes you reduce opacity, sometimes you leave it. So just a little trick that adds a little bit more contrast, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but in this case it just worked great. So that's what I did with the coloring before and after. And then I wanted to do a little bit of vignetting. So the vignette, just to, again, like the sky. So if you take a look, it's very subtle. It looks a little bit more darkish here. So the way I do my vignette is I will take the elliptical marquee tool here. I will create a somewhat of a shape that I feel like that I want to work with. So whatever it will be on the outside will be dark. And very important, you right click in it and then you feather to about 200 pixels. So you do that twice, and then basically what you do after that is you click on the level adjustment, and then it creates this level and this shape, and then you just move things around. And then sometimes you have those weird lines that comes in there. All you gotta do is go to your filter and add some noise to your vignette. And then afterwards, all I did was to import my watermark, and here it is. We have our final photo. So this is what I did. It took me about like maybe half an hour to create, nothing too crazy. So this is how I came up with this nice panoramic picture from my top floor without the sunset. So hopefully you guys like this video. So just make sure to ask me to create a specific tutorial if you want to learn more about a certain topic that I just showed you guys in this video. Alright, we'll see you next time. Thanks.